Hello, I'm David, the spirit in the raw. I bring you channeled messages downloaded as automatic writing from the source. These messages are designed to trigger you in the awakening process and hasten your journey into your next reality. Welcome to podcast number 12. I've got 2 downloads for you today. The first one is called Your Personal Quickening, and that was downloaded on the 15th of December 2006. And the second one, and it begins. Another vital message for you, the reader. As each day passes, the effects of the earth changes become increasingly obvious. Your task is to read the signs so that your memory of past existences is triggered. Once these memories are triggered, you'll discover hidden emotions pertaining to your past lives bubbling to the surface. Many of these emotions will have no relevance to your current existence, and you may therefore think them strange. Yet, when you delve into these emotions, they will lead you on a path of unique discovery. You'll experience fleeting visions of events that triggered these emotions. Then, as your memory improves, the visions will become more vivid. Finally, these visions, combined with the full recognition of the emotions they are associated with, will burst forth an emotional trigger which will begin the DNA resequencing that is the precursor to your transformation to a higher level of consciousness. Once you obtain this higher level of vibration, you'll see a new realm unveil itself, and you'll enter the first stage of transformation. Then you'll notice all the lies and conspiracies on this earth, and they will be revealed to you as these spells no longer hold any power over you. The governments and powers behind them will become less and less relevant to your existence. Soon, they'll have no power over you at all. Finally, you'll discover that you are indeed a master of your destiny, and that you have chosen this earthly experience to enhance your spiritual well-being and growth. You'll discover that you are now ready to receive the light you've prayed for all your earthly existences. Each earthly existence has had a lesson to teach, yet some of you have been so stuck in your patterns that you've repeated the same lives over and over, refusing to give belief patterns that hold you, to give up belief patterns that hold no value for you. Now, as the earth changes, free you to address these areas of your being, you are again being given the opportunity to choose a new beginning or repetition of your old program. Those of you who choose to repeat your old program will not be allowed to do that on Mother Earth. Instead, you'll be incarnated on a new planet with much denser vibrations and patterns in life, and you'll lose consciousness and happily repeat your existing patterns. Mother Earth will no longer allow you to run these destructive patterns in her realm. Those who choose to transform with Mother Earth to a new beginning will find a beautiful existence awaits you. Your time is soon, and no amount of study or research will prepare you for these changes. Certainly, by reading these words, you'll be triggering the process. However, this really isn't a research or study program. It is just the triggering process to begin your personal quickening. Now for the second download, which is called Opening Pathways. It was downloaded on the 16th of December 2006. We begin. Now for the prime message for all readers. What you say and think will impact your survival outcome from the drastic changes that the earth is now embarking upon. Your role is to stimulate the triggers in the mind of all readers to ensure they have the pathways opened and ready to receive the encoded messages that are being transmitted every second of every day. And soon those messages will stimulate a groundswell of change as the population of Mother Earth begins its journey to the next phase of existence. Some of you will notice that your well-being is being challenged with no apparent cause, but the cause is the change in your vibrations and the physical changes your new DNA strands are generating in your being. Now, to prepare for those changes, you need to be. That is, you need to be conscious around your environment and your community. As these two parts of your world will increasingly change and stress your existence, you can only be present in time and deal with each moment as it passes. That means hiding from the authorities who would shut you down, for they fear the outcomes you have already influenced. The changes are simple. You'll see the obvious extremes of hot and cold weather, followed by extreme volcanic eruptions, followed by violent storms and tempests, followed by even more extremes in hot and cold, and the pattern will increase in frequency and excessiveness with each passing cycle, until finally, the world as you know it will be in total chaos. And this chaos will not be what drives the industrial military forces into action. In fact, they won't act at all. All their training will amount to nothing as they begin to realise that they have been lied to and their personal futures are not and never were assured by their masters. They will begin to rely on their own instincts, their communities and their families, and the higher order will collapse as these soldiers forsake and realise their future relies on the community in which they reside, and without the goodwill of that community, they will in fact perish. So without wishing to perish, they will ignore their masters and begin to support their communities. So your job is to support the establishment of your community. So that means looking for like-minded souls, who you will naturally attract, and branding them together in a manner that all understand as cooperative. Each cooperative community will be led by the consciousness of that community, and therefore the greedy and selfish will band together in an attempt to feed off other communities. Yet, that method won't work for them, as all communities will be have a sufficient understanding of the telepathic abilities of each other that they will have no opportunity to coerce their fellow man into slavery or indenture them in any way. These service-to-self communities will destroy themselves in very many rapid forms. That's the end of this very short download. The next download that I'm going to talk to you about is called The Nature of Grace, and I'm sure you'll find that very interesting. But these last two messages are important given what's happening in today's world. Thank you again for listening. If you like what you're hearing, please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.